why people do resist in such a way that they very well know that lockdown is actually required to break the cycle of infections due to coronavirus. So today we will talk about 7 factors that lead individual, or 7 psychological aspects that compel individual to break the norms established, set, recommended for their own betterment in view of the coronavirus. Hello. Today I would be talking on something very important, but in an analytical way. Corona pandemic is everywhere, and therefore lockdown has become a commonly known word. Lockdown in true sense means that you remain in voluntary isolation in your own home and do not venture out unless it is necessarily required or urgently required. Howsoever, across the globe, we see voluntary and involuntary violations of the lockdown norms and lockdown rules. In India, in the initial days, we saw laborers migrating to their original villages. Then we saw a particular community congregating together, more than 2, 3, in specific areas. Recently, we saw that the communities in the poor areas resisting health workers, sanitary workers, administrations coming for survey and checkups. We also saw resistance for evacuating the infected person to the hospital, attempts to do so. In Europe, in countries like Spain and Italy, initially social distancing was not observed. In United States of America, we also observed that people taking rallies in protest, that lockdown means curbing their fundamental rights. Now, I often wonder why people do resist in such a way that they very well know that lockdown is actually required to break the cycle of infections due to coronavirus. So today we will talk about 7 factors that lead individual, or 7 psychological aspects that compel individual to break the norms established, set, recommended for their own betterment in view of the coronavirus. Now, if you look at why people break the rule is often broken, or rule breaking attitude or rule breaking pattern is driven by personal attitude of an individual and the operating environment. And in a specific personal attitude and as a specific operating environment, even best of the best citizens break the rules. And that's exactly what we are observing in this pandemic lockdown. That best of the best citizens who otherwise follow all norms and rules are breaking the rules. It's like an attitude of, I will do what I want to do. Okay? Or it's like, who are you to care for me? Okay? Kind of an insensitive response that government is no one to care for me and they should not care for me. Well, however, no one today has experience with the pandemic of this severity. People who are in 40s have not seen the pandemics, barring few like Ebola or SARS, but they were short-lived pandemics. There is a kind of carry-on approach, even in countries like Sweden, which is doing an experiment of herd immunity. The entire nation has decided that let's have a carry on approach, keep everything normal, let's get people infected, let's therefore raise the immunity by developing antibodies in their body. This kind of, if I use a word in Hindi, specific word, it's like chalta hai approach, carry on approach, or business as usual approach. Well, I believe that in a pandemic like this carry on approach could be proven suicidal one. I hope it should not, but if it is, then it will be a suicidal approach. Well, it is almost that we don't want to win the war against this pandemic. That's the kind of approach that by and large people have taken. There is a failure of leadership also. In some countries, there is more emphasis given on bringing back normalcy in economic affairs, sidelining the health aspect of the society or the nation's population. Economy first approach means near death. And that's what you are experiencing into United States of America, where the leadership itself is more prone towards economy, more focused towards economy, and therefore the efforts to control the pandemic are sort of a facade and not as serious efforts in its sense. Therefore, reopening economy is pointless when cities are under siege. Cities are under siege, everybody is under fear, there is a huge stress and tension whether I will get infected. But then the leadership has decided to open cities, you know. So reopening economy is dangerous in these situations if it is done unilaterally and across the board. There has to be a selectiveness depending on severity and intensity of a spread of a virus. Severe lockdown will also result into parallel misery, and therefore I said that the opening of economy, lifting up of lockdown norms, everything has to be intelligently done based on the data intensive analysis, because severe lockdown is resulting into kind of a stress, trauma, anxiety, fear, sense of insecurity about the survival. So there has to be a balance between save the lives and save the economy. But save the economy is totally a wrong approach when you are ignoring save life. There is no focus on save life. So there has to be a balance. One of the things that people, I believe, thought that if you pay people their salary, their wages, then they won't violate the norms. But then I quickly realized that may be true for people below poverty level. But there are people who are white collared, who work for corporates, who work for government, they are getting paid. There are policies in many countries. There are startup companies have been given impetus package. But these are the same people who also violate the norms. So if I analyze it psychologically, there are 7 reasons that I believe people are violating the lockdown norms or pandemic prevention norms. The first and the foremost is ignorance. People do not read. Most of the time, they superficially browse through the news sites or TV channels. So there is a lot of ignorance. They do not have up to date information. They do not have information about the severity of this pandemic. So there is ignorance. Just the other day, somebody met me asking, "Can I go out?" I said, "But do you don't know that there is lockdown from 12 noon till 10 a.m. in the morning?" He said, "Oh, I don't know." Okay. Then there is selfishness. I must get things in comfort zone. I cannot be put into discomfort. That means if I have to have a maid at home to do dishwashing, then I must have it whether she is infected or not infected, whether she is going to infect other people in the complex or not going to infect in other people in the complex. So heck with all of you. I have a selfish motive, and therefore I'm going to invite the trouble. That's the second kind of reason that I found. The third one is there is an inborn human tendency that suffering is away from me. I keep hearing in Bombay there are so many cases, in New York there are so many pandemic cases, there are so many deaths, but it has not reached to my doorstep. So that suffering, that pain, that disease is away from me. So I won't get sensitized unless it doesn't reach to me. I have even seen people in 200 meters away from a pandemic case or a coronavirus case where the person has died are not sensitive, are not feeling the severity of the situations, and they continue to violate the norms because the attitude is that suffering is away from me. Also, we have damaged moral compass. That's the fourth reason. Our morality is kind of polluted. Morality is not for me. Ethics are not for me. They are for somebody else. Somebody else must follow all the norms and rules. I am not one of them who should follow these norms and rules. So that's the fourth reason. The fifth, and something very interesting that I have observed in these past 30 days of lockdown here in India. The fifth reason is that those who traverse against the flow of current succeeds. And so therefore people think that breaking rules is necessary for success, or it's necessary to imbibe the creativity. So if the en masse, the population is following lockdown norms, then I must not follow it. Because I'm different, I'm unique, I'm special compared to the rest of the mass. So that's also kind of pseudo success principles that has gone into our head. The sixth reason that I have observed is that rule breaking is inclusive part of our social fabric. It is ingrained, it is deep down in our blood, at least into my part of the world, that if I have to be seen heroic, if I have to see something different, then I must break the rule. And people do often praise those who break the rules, give them a hero's position. Otherwise, why a politician will, in the midst of the lockdown, will gather huge number of people for his son's marriage? Otherwise, why somebody who is the secretary in the one of the federal state government will hide the fact that his or her relatives were corona positive? So breaking rule is seen as a uh, heroic or reason to applaud. And the seventh one, and this is more evident in United States of America, is that free expression. We are a democratic country. We have a right to do what we think is right. Heck with the rest of the country, rest of the society. I don't care. You know, these are the seven reasons I feel why people are breaking the corona pandemic norms. Well, we don't know whether lockdown is a real therapy or something like herd immunity experiment being done in Sweden is the right way to move forward through these troubled times. But one thing that we are sure, that we don't have vaccine, we don't have a definite standardized treatment, and definitely we don't have resources, infrastructure, manpower to treat if 80% of the world's population gets infected, and even a small fraction of that 80% leads to severe situations. And therefore, I know one rule, and that is prevention is better than cure. Take prevention, stay isolated, stay safe, and be healthy. Follow the lockdown norms or whatever norms of preventing or curing yourself from corona pandemic that your government across the globe has put forth. Enjoy your day and keep hope that as we have survived through other pandemics and natural calamities, we will survive through this as well. Enjoy your day.